Hi all, this is Dr. Sage Breslin and this is Wisdom Wednesdays. So I'm not shooting outside today because it's 12 degrees and apparently the dog has no idea what that means because she wants to go out. In fact, she's been wanting to go out at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so I'm just going to be inside watching her outside for now. So I found myself really contemplative lately. And I think part of it is the weather. You know, when you work from home and you're staring at the snow outside or the gray or whatever, I think there can be that sort of movement into the interior. And we're in that phase of our lives right now. You know, the winter is our hibernation space. It's the space where we are turning over everything that we've taken inside with us, good, bad, or indifferent. And I found myself thinking back to the pandemic, actually. And one of the things I was thinking about was, very early on in the pandemic, I was home with, my kids, sheltering in California. And while I had a housemate, I really found myself yearning for the companionship of a relationship. I felt like I had so many huge decisions to make, and I just wanted somebody to make them with me. And I can say very thankfully, I was not still in relationship in that toxic space where I'd been. But I can imagine how many people stay in unhealthy relationships because considering doing life on your own, especially if you're a parent, can be really challenging. And I think we have to be very careful not to judge people for remaining in those unhealthy relationships for that reason. But I'm also here to tell you, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Because sometimes when you are engaged to move forward in that solitary way, in that very singular space, it causes you to get grounded in soaring solo. Whether parenting or just living your life, you learn what you can do. You learn how to find resources when it seems like there are none. You learn what your truth is, because when you're in an unhealthy relationship, especially a toxic one, you're exposed to the truth that the other person presents. And one of the biggest survival skills is taking that truth on as your own, whether it is, a political viewpoint, whether it's habits or values, or even just the truth as they serve it up via gaslighting. So I think that when you are courageous enough to step away, what happens is that, and it takes time, a lot of that stuff falls by the wayside, and you begin to see your own truth getting served up back to you. You begin to see that you're stronger than you thought you are. You're more powerful than you thought you were. You have opinions and ideas of your own, and oftentimes what you discover is they have nothing to do with those served up by the narcissist or the toxic person that you were with. So my wisdom for the day is consider where you are. Okay, so you're hibernating, it's winter, and you've taken all this stuff inside with you. And I don't mean just inside the house, right? Inside in your interior, in your personal interior. How much of it is yours? How much of it works for you? How much of it do you want to take into the next chapter of your life? And if you find yourself struggling to either kind of locate what's in there with you, or release what's not working, or really get some clarity about what to hold on to and what to let go of, give me a message. I am happy to help. That is definitely in my wheelhouse. This is Wisdom Wednesdays, and this is Dr. Sage